Hello and welcome to SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're doing the instructional video for this 8.5 foot wide by 28 foot long black with blackout trim concession trailer. First thing we're going to start with today is power supply. So whether you're running off of generator power or short power, you just want to make sure that you have the power supply turned off before connecting to it. Once you've ensured that the power supply is off, then go ahead, insert your plug here. It is a twist lock, so once you've inserted this, you're going to twist it to the right, tighten down this collar here, make sure that's good and tight, that way it holds the plug in place, and then you're going to connect the other end to your power supply. Once you've done that, go ahead and turn on your power supply. This is a 50 amp system, 240 volts. So it is a dangerous amount of electricity. That's why we recommend that you have the power supply turned off before connecting to it, okay? Moving on, here we have the 36 by 36 access panel or access door into the V-nose. Inside the V-nose here, you'll see that this unit comes equipped with two 30-gallon freshwater tanks for 60 gallons of fresh water. Here in the corner, you have the water heater. And then back here, behind the water heater, you have the water pump. Alright, over here we have the electric panel. And then this black box here next to the electric panel, that's the inverter. So that inverter, anytime you're hooked to a power supply, that inverter is going to be on and charging the 12 volt battery. Your 12 volt system powers the interior and exterior LED lights as well as the water pump on this unit. Okay. So let's go over these plumbing lines right quick. So as you can see, you have two lines, one here coming out of each tank, and then they join up and move down. This line here is the drain line for this unit. It goes through the floor and out through the bottom of the unit. And then this here is the winterization line. You simply connect an air fitting, or connect to the air fitting there to blow the water out of the lines. So when you're looking at these plumbing lines, any handles that are not in line with the plumbing line, such as this handle and this handle, that means the handle is, or the valve is closed. And any handle such as these three that are in line with the plumbing line means the valve is open. Alright, and to change that, you simply just turn your handle. Now that valve is closed, and then you can open it back up. Alright, same on these handles here. And as you can see, these lines run up to the faucet and then over to the faucets up here. So that's the plumbing and the water tanks inside the V-nose there. So next up, we're going to look at the water access panel. Simply open the door there. If you're filling the freshwater tanks, twist the cap, take it off, insert a hose here, fill the tanks. Once you're done, remove your hose, replace your cap, and that is done. This connection hookup here is for the pressurized system. So this is a typical garden hose fitting. It does have a screen filter, keep any large pieces of trash out. Simply connect your hose there. If you're hooked to the pressurized system, that does bypass the fresh water tank, supplies water directly to the water heater and the water pump. All right, good there. The key to this access panel door will be found around the faucet inside the unit. Get a little bit of a look down the side, driver's side of this unit here. Alright. Next up, we have the supply or waste tank drain. So the waste tank drain here, this is a 3-inch cap. Simply twist that cap, pull it off. You can connect a 3-inch hose here, which you can get at any RV camping supply store. Once you've connected your hose, pull this valve out, to the right there. Let the contents drain. Once you're done, close that valve up, disconnect your hose, replace your cap. Pretty simple process there. Coming on down, here we have two 8,000 pound axles, or I'm sorry, 7,000 pound axles under this unit. One thing to note on these wheels, right in the center of the hub here, this little rubber cap comes off, and behind that is a grease fitting. Once every 10,000 miles or 1 year, whichever comes first, you'll need to remove the grease, or remove that cap, and connect your grease gun to that zerk fitting or grease fitting, whichever you call it, and properly lube the bearings and hubs there. That way it keeps them in good working condition. And you'll have a grease fitting on all 4 tires. So both tires on this side, both tires on the other side. You'll need to grease those points on each one. And then here we have the 78 by 36 inch RV style door with center window, LED light outside or above the door there. You look at this. So there's a screen on the inside of that door. Didn't have it closed good on the inside. Coming on around to the back of the unit here, this does have a full-size ramp door on the back. I'll show you that door. Alright, there's the ramp door opening. See, it has the flip up or flip out so that you can level that off. Now, we'll leave it open here. Show you the flip down. Alright, so with the flip down, it levels that off. So if you're wheeling anything into it with a dolly or whatnot, you have easier access, and it goes right up into the back of the unit there. Alright. Take a look down the passenger side of the trailer. So here on this side, same thing, 36 inch wide by 78 inch tall RV access door with glass in the center. It does have a screen on it as well. LED light above the entry door. Here we have 2 more 7,000 pound axles. And then this unit is equipped with an exterior plug here. Go ahead and demonstrate that plug working for you. There we go, 2 lights on. That one's working. And as we move on down back toward the front of the unit here, you see the 48 inch concession window with flip up counter, and then LED light on either side of the concession window there. So with this counter, to lower it, simply come here, depress one latch, depress the second latch, and lower the counter down there. Alright. Up here with the windows, there's 2 pieces of glass in each side. So there are 2 panels of glass here with a screen in the center. So you can have one window up or both windows up and just raise and lower the screen while you're operating. You can have completely closed off when you're not. All right. Moving on back around to the front here. Here we have the propane cage with 100-pound propane tank. So we'll move right into the gas on this trailer. Here, the propane tank, when the unit is received, does come empty. So it will not be filled. You'll need to have that filled by a licensed authorized dealer. You want to do that way they know what they're doing. 100-pound propane tank holds approximately 23 gallons of propane. If they were to overfill it, they could potentially damage the valves or damage your regulator on the unit. So just want to make sure that whoever's doing this knows what they're doing. All right. So before we light any gas here, first step, make sure your concession window is open. All right. Then we're going to go inside the unit. Come here to these two switches. So this first switch turns on the exhaust hood lights. You see those are on there. And then the second switch turns on the exhaust hood itself. Alright. Once we know that our concession window is open, we've turned on our exhaust hood, then we're going to go through and we're going to check and make sure that all of our appliances are turned on. So this unit, as you can see, does not come equipped with appliances. Those will be installed by the purchaser. However, for instructional video purposes, just come in, make sure that all your appliances, the knobs are in the off position. If you have any manual pilot lights, such as on fryers, you want to make sure that the pilot light is in the off position and the knob to the appliance. All right. So once we've ensured that, then we're going to come back out. And we're going to go back to the front. Now we're ready to turn the gas on to the unit before any appliances are lit. So we're going to turn the gas on simply by coming here, open this valve all the way. All right. Open it all the way up. Once you've done that, you're going to come here to your regulator and you're going to kind of listen right here where it says vent. Kind of listen for any hissing of gas coming out of that and see if you smell an abnormal amount of propane coming from there. If you do, at that point you'll need to shut this back off. Go test the knobs. Make sure, if you smell an abnormal amount of propane or hear the gas hissing here at the regulator, shut this back off on the tank. You need to contact your local gas company, have them come out and service the unit. You very possibly have a bad regulator. All right. If this checks out, everything's good there, then you're going to come here, turn this handle up. Again, in line means the valve is open. Not in line means the valve is closed. Okay. So you're going to open that up. When you do so, you're going to hear an initial whoosh of gas go through here. That's all you should hear. You should not hear gas continually running through here. If you do, that means you have gas leaking somewhere. So you'll need to shut this back off, go back inside the unit, check all your knobs, make sure you didn't accidentally bump one that you had already checked, and make sure everything is turned off. Once you're satisfied that everything is 100% guaranteed off inside the unit, come back out here, open this valve back up, and listen again. If you still hear gas continually flowing through there, you'll need to contact your gas company, have them come out and service the unit. There is potential that you have a rupture in your gas line somewhere. And I will show you one thing of concern here, and that is that gas line runs underneath the trailer. So we have to run the gas lines under the trailer, but because they are under the trailer, it does make them susceptible to damage when the unit is in transport. Any kind of debris on the road, rocks, wood, rubber, anything of the such could kick up off the road, hit that gas line and rupture it, or damage the line, potentially causing a leak. So if you hear that continuous flow of gas, you just want to make sure that you shut it back down, contact your gas company. But If you don't have the continuous flow of gas, now you're ready to leave this open, go back inside the unit, light all your appliances, and make sure that everything, or get going for the day. All right, so let's go in here and take a look inside the unit, the features that are on this one. All right, so inside the unit here, let's take a look at this hood first. As you can see, the filters are all in place. So once a week at minimum, you're going to need to come here, grab the filter, raise it up, tilt it out, and lower it down. And to take that filter out, put it back in, just slot it in at the top, push the bottom in, slot it there, set it back down. And then you're going to want to make sure that all your gaps are closed up as tight as possible down through here. There we go. That way it prevents any grease from getting in behind there, or any larger objects potentially causing a grease fire or damaging the fan. Alright, inside that hood. So you'll need to, once a week, take all those grease filters out, clean them with good soap and warm water at minimum once a week. Then there's a grease rail that connects here and here, and then the grease cup sits right here, and so that allows the grease to flow down and into the grease cup. That grease rail, clean it with the filters. The grease cup, you'll need to monitor that throughout the day as you progress through your day, business day there, okay? So moving on, down here you see the 4 gas valves for this unit. There is a 5th valve there that is capped off, and then, or a gas line, and then the gas valve for the fire suppression system there with the red and silver box on it. So if the fire suppression system is discharged, then that valve will shut off the gas flow to the appliances. That way it ends a fuel supply for the fire. So safety first. Alright, and then we'll take a look at the fire suppression system here. You see the nozzles in place. Now these are set up for equipment to be placed in specific areas by the purchaser. And then you can see the line running out, comes down the wall. There's the tank that holds the fire suppressant for this system. And down here, right above the door, you'll find the control head. So if you were to need to manually discharge this system, much like a fire extinguisher, grab the pin, nice firm pull, and then push the lever from here up to the left. That'll move the fire, and at that point you're going to want to exit the unit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off since we don't have any gas running in the unit right now. Throughout the day, the hood system needs to be on anytime you have gas turned on to the unit. Alright, here we have a 7-foot long countertop and cabinet, stainless steel countertops.
I didn't get that. Could you try it?
To open these cabinet doors, simply press the button, and then you can see inside there. Coming on down, stainless steel countertop here at the window, 24 inches out. It is about a 6-foot countertop there. Then over here, we have another 24 by 6 foot countertop coming down, a stainless steel top. Above it, the shelf runs all the way to the corner there. So it's about 7 foot long on that shelf. And then the Vinos have overhead cabinets there, shelving there, hand wash sink here, along with the 3-bay sink. And with this sink, I'll go ahead and demonstrate the water. Cold water side, hot water side. And we will get a temperature reading on the hot water side here. Hope this has been plugged in long enough to reach 120. So 114 for it looks like 6. Yeah, looks like 114.6 is about as high as it's going to get right now. But it will, if left plugged in long enough, it will reach that higher reading. It is pretty hot. And I'll show you the hand wash sink. Cold water side. Alright. Do have lower cabinets here on the below the sinks. So the lower cabinets are simply just going to go into the Vinos. So you can see and accessing the Vinos there. Now this switch here, this is your water pump switch. So it turns the water pump on and off. And anytime you're going to be running your faucet, you need to make sure that you turn the water pump on. But do leave it off if you're not using the sinks. And then here we have an 11-foot shelf. Starts above the 7-foot countertop, and it runs down right next to the door here. All right. Now we're going to go around and check these electrical outlets. Show you that. And here on the passenger side by the door here is the 3 switches. So these 3 switches control the LED lights on the outside and then the LED lights inside the unit. Hard to see there. That did come on. That is on. So there's that. That one's on. A little harder at the end of the unit there with the sunlight shining in. So you can see them better here. This unit has plenty of electrical outlets in it to connect to, so you run plenty of equipment inside. That's going to do it for the electrical outlets. All right. Next up, we're going to show you the interior lighting. So we have 4 LED strips running through the unit. Here we have a manual vent. So simply.
There's no one in your contact statement.
Sorry about that. turn that to open the vent, turn it to close it. Back the other way, and then here's another light, another vent, another light strip for the third one. Oh, sorry about that, missed that. And then we have the air conditioner unit. So on this unit, this is your temperature knob for hot cold settings. This knob here has off, high low fan, high low heat, and high and low cold. And then this switch here, this switch back here are directional switches, so if you were to flip that out, it would shut off airflow to this end, and then flip that one in. Now no air will blow out. I'm sorry, flip that one in and it opens it. This side, it closes it off. I will say on this unit, with the hood being back here, I would recommend maybe leaving this one closed off and just having this one open so that it blows air to the front and let it circulate back through the unit. Alright, the flooring inside this unit is the black ATP flooring. Very sharp looking floor here inside the unit. And then the walls are aluminum mill all the way around the unit here. Alright, so let's go over shutdown procedures. So, end of the day, you've had a successful day, sold a lot of food. Now you're going to, first thing you're going to do when you're ready to shut down everything, shut off the gas. When you do that, you're going to go through and just turn the knobs off on all your appliances. Basically the same that you do for startup for the gas, just in reverse. So go through, turn off all the knobs, and then once you've done that, go back outside the unit, turn the blue valve off on the gas line, and then turn the valve off at the tank. Alright. Once you've shut down your gas, then at that point you can turn off the hood. Sorry. Once you've shut off your gas, then come back inside, verify that all your pilot lights go out. Any manual pilot lights, such as on fryers, you're going to need to manually shut those off. And then the free-flowing pilot lights on stoves and charbroilers and or griddles, anything of that sort, those will go out on their own once they've exhausted all the gas that remains in the lines there. So, but you just want to come back in, verify that those all do go out before shutting off your exhaust hood. Once you've verified that all of your pilot lights are out and the gas on the front of the trailer is turned off, then at that point you can shut off the hood. If at any point you enter the trailer or you're in the trailer and you start to smell an abnormal amount of propane, exit the trailer. Please exit the trailer, go out and make sure your gas is, or shut your gas off, make sure it's shut off completely. You don't want to be in here with an abnormal amount of propane inside the trailer, okay? Alright, and one thing I almost forgot, I had to plug it in here, but the unit does come equipped with a carbon monoxide gas alarm and explosive gas alarm. So you see the 0 here, and then it'll flip over to LB. LB simply means low battery. I don't have the battery in it right now because it will be dead by the time possession of the unit is taken, so I'll leave that out. But this comes with the unit. You can remove this plug from the back. Simply slide this cover off, unsnap the plug there. It does have a cord wound up in here, so you can mount it on the wall, wherever, so that you have access to, and then you just have the plug running over, so you have a little better access to the full outlet there. But there's a mounting kit in there behind that cover, and the battery goes in behind that cover as well. So the battery and the user's manual for the carbon monoxide alarm are here. They will be with the paperwork inside the trailer. All right, and there's that key around the faucet. See that there. All right, so a couple other things to go over real quick. Before transit, you're going to want to make sure that you check the tire pressure on all 4 tires on this unit to make sure that the lug nuts are tight, proper air pressure, any and all hoses and power cords are disconnected and stowed away properly. Make sure that the gas is all shut down. And with the water heater, one thing I do like to tell everybody is before plugging the water heater in for use, come here, turn on the hot and cold side, let that run. You're looking for that good consistent flow of water, as you see there. Once you get that steady consistent flow of water, then at that point you know that the water heater is full, and you can then safely plug the water heater in and not risk burning up an element inside the water heater. If the water heater is not full and you plug it in, it will burn up an element, and you'll just incur extra expense that could be avoided. All right. I will place a sticker inside the unit that will have some shutdown and startup procedures listed on it, along with just some general safety and maintenance procedures for the unit. So other than that, that concludes our instructional video for today. Thank you very much. We appreciate your business here at SLE. Hope you have a great day.